Hello! Welcome back to Unscripted, the podcast with
Woo-hoo! Darren
and Josephine. Yay! Welcome to episode 3. We have exciting
things. This is a special episode, yeah?
Yeah, exciting things for this episode. Because
we will have 2 special guests.
Yeah.
Ooh. And before we call on our guests, we just want to remind all of you who are newcomers or, who are just new to Unscripted podcast. It's basically a podcast where we talk about life, we talk about anything that we feel like we want to talk about. And yeah, it's just going to be me and Josephine talking, but this time it's special. And we have our Instagram, so it would be great if you guys can follow us at
unscripted.pod.
Yeah.
And subscribe to our YouTube channel because we will be uploading the video version of this every Monday, 9 p.m. and the audio version on Friday before that Monday at 9 p.m. too.
Right. So,
I hope that makes
that makes sense. Without further ado, let's call on our guests.
Megan and Maureen. Yay! Hi guys.
Hello.
Hello.
So
how are you guys?
I'm good.
We're good.
How are you guys?
We're doing amazing.
We're doing okay.
Well, yeah,
we'll get into that later. But first of all, we want to know about you guys. Who are you?
Mm-hmm.
Give us
so
like
we'll start
some.
With
give us some
Megan.
facts about yourself.
Let's start with Megan.
Okay. Sure.
Me? Okay. So, my name is Megan Patricia. I am 17 years old. Yeah.
What? You're more than that. Come on.
What do you do? Are you still in school? Are you doing uni?
Currently in uni, majoring in business. Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
Maureen, you go.
Okay, so my name is Maureen. I am 20 years old, 21 this year. I am currently in uni. I am a student majoring in graphic design. I like to sing.
Yeah. So I think what we 4 have in common is that we are into like singing and theater. That's where we all, that's how you both met Darren, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's through performing.
Mm-hmm.
So it's the magic of performing.
Yes, that brought us all together.
Yeah. So before this, I think, so Joe, Maureen, and Megan, they all know each other before I came in and know them. So, I met them through this show, or this production. It's called Sounds of Christmas with Substacom, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So yeah, and when I met them, they're really nice, and they're all really talented. And I'm like, what? So yeah, that's my first impression. So like,
Relay.
Yeah.
Well, I can't remember my first impressions of y'all. I've known Megan since she was born. So.
Oh, true.
Yeah. And Maureen, I met Maureen. we started hanging out when we were in 4th grade.
Mm-hmm.
3rd or 4th grade, I can't remember.
Yeah. Then we got like distant a bit.
Yeah, because we were in separate
not
classes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
then we get together.
Yeah.
8th grade.
Yeah. We started like hanging out again in 8th grade, and then till now.
Yay.
And Megan's my cousin, by the way. That's why I've known her all her life.
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
So, what should we talk about, guys? What are we feeling?
I think I want to talk about, well, we kind of.
Love, life, and friendship.
Yeah, speaking of that, that is. So, for those of you who don't know, Sense.com, it's like this theater community that we are all in. And we had a production called Liberty the Musical. And they both are the choreographers of the show, so we can talk a little bit about that, about being a choreographer and like teaching people the choreography and stuff, the challenges, the fun bits, the not so fun bits, you know?
Mm-hmm. Well, Joe, actually, sorry to cut you there, but before we go into that, can we talk about how they get into arts?
Yes, for sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Take the
Who want to
floor.
start?
Maureen.
Megan can start first.
This is what happens when you get all performers in one room. So.
Yeah, it's very true.
Okay, so I'll just go first. So I actually started singing first. I started singing, I think, at age 3, but I was never professionally trained. I never had training until I think it was like 4th grade. So 9 years old ish, kind of. I'm not sure, but basically, I joined KBL from. Was it 4th grade or 5th grade or 6th grade? I'm not sure. Oh wait, no. Okay, I started 4th grade and then I stopped at 6th grade because bimble, and so the classes were clashing, and so I stopped there. But then in
Wait,
7th
Megan, for
grade.
people who don't know what KBL is, what can you explain a bit? When
Oh, it's basically a
Music school,
yeah.
a place where
Yeah.
people learn how to sing.
okay.
Singkatannya Karunia Bersama Lucky. Right?
Yeah. Yeah, but I think they focus mostly on singing at that time, but now I think they've branched out to theater as well because they've done several productions, I think, yeah. But then I stopped at grade 6 and then I went to a new tutor place for only like a year, and then I stopped completely. But then in 9th grade, I joined a Hamilton highlight production, which is where I actually met Maureen. Well, not technically met, but like we grew closer through that production. And then I just got dragged into other productions, but I was never professionally trained in acting or dancing. I just jumped into it, and here we are.
And is hella good at it too.
Ooh.
Debatable.
What about Maureen?
Okay. Okay, so I don't know, I'm not sure when I start like doing art things. But since I was a kid, like when I was in kindergarten, I started like joined not really the dance class, but I was pointed to dance in a in a church, but from my school. So I was in Abdisiswa, right? And they had like they wanted the kids to perform, so I started dancing since I was that time, that kindergarten. And then I started having piano lessons at like third grade. But it was an on and off thing. I had it until like I was fifth grade, I guess. Then I stopped. And then, but at the same time, at that third grade, I also joined. No, actually, on second grade, I joined a choir from my church, and that's when I began to like, okay, I love singing. But also there, I don't only sing, but you know how choirs have like choreo,
It's like a show
so
choir.
they sing. How they sing and dance. So yeah, I started dancing in that time too, and then after that I also on third grade I joined another choir. It was from it was it's a music school until now. It's called the Resonance. And then it was actually I was actually invited, or no, not really invited. My conductor, my singing teacher, asked me to, okay, you can try to join this choir. It's fun, blah blah blah. They need more people. Okay, so then I joined. So from the third grade until 11th grade, I joined that choir. I enjoyed like choir competitions and stuff, and I joined them too. And then I stopped for a while because school, and then I joined again. It's called the TRCC alumni, and now I'm still in the alumni. Yeah, it's funny because I grew closer a lot to Joe because we both love performing. So you know how 11th grade, that was the time I quit my choir, right? And then she asked me to join
Production.
yeah, so I got into music again and performing again because Joe was inviting me to join this.
Safe to say,
Audition.
we all got close to each other because of theater. even
Yeah.
even
Yeah.
even me with Megan and I.
Yeah.
We were close before, but we weren't
But
this close.
I don't think we actually talked about
anything.
actual topics
Yeah.
before we
Yeah. And then now, all we talk about is theater. Well, not all, but we
we relate more
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
through
And now
theater.
since that happened, like now we can just talk about everything to each other, like
Yeah.
not only about Broadway.
Yeah.
We can literally like, oh, when's your period? Oh, my period sucks, or something like that.
Yes.
Like that, right?
Exactly.
Like, yeah,
Just
just
like-
like personal things.
Like TMI things, we don't
Yeah.
care.
Even with like crushes and like school.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
So that's really fun, and because of that, so like, I feel like I have like a group of people who, is good at performing and stuff. So, a year ago we had a production with Senstacom. It's called Liberty the Musical. It's an original script,
Which I was not a part of.
which Sharon was not a part of because we don't
'Cause I
know
didn't
he
know.
exists yet.
Yeah, I didn't know about
Amanda Moore
Sensicom.
Yeah, you were still in America, right?
Yeah. I was
Yeah. So we did that, and both Megan and Maureen are the choreographers for that show, which was fun.
It was
So-
interesting.
It was interesting. So we can talk a little bit about that. Was that your first time choreographing? Or give me your like experience with dancing or choreographing.
This isn't my first time choreographing. I had like songs to choreograph before. Like it was in my choir though. So like they had a song, and then they pick people, and then the conductor pick some people to like help choreo for a
Choreograph.
concert.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so like me and my friends and I were like, okay, let's make a move. Let's make moves with that. Yeah. So yeah.
Didn't you choreograph for our high school productions too?
I forgot about that. But like, I just taught them. I just taught my classmates
Well,
because
same
like
difference.
because the dance was already in the movie.
Oh,
right?
you took an existing choreography.
Yeah, and then we just
Mm-hmm.
try it, yeah. Oh no, yeah, I actually did choreo some of them. I forgot.
Cause I remember so in high school in 11th grade, we each of the class had to make a musical. And yeah, that was a chaos. But I remembered
Yeah. Oh.
I remembered Maureen's class being the one who has an actual like good choreography.
Ooh.
Tea.
Ooh.
Thank you. You know, it was a musical like a jukebox.
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 Mhm.
Shoebox musical.
Shoebox.
Shoebox.
I think you can
Jukebox.
mention the musical because it's a
Okay.
high school one.
Okay, so like we did not take like an existing musical, so it wasn't actually a musical. We performed Three Musketeers, you know, the movie,
Mm-hmm.
the one that has Logan Paul. I know. siapa
Logan Paul?
No.
The YouTuber?
Logan Lerman.
I have no idea. I never watched
Wait.
it.
Yeah,
I know
it is.
the Three Musketeers from Barbie.
I know the
Yeah.
three must. Oh no, that's Fantasia. Never mind.
Yeah, the story is
I
just
know the
same,
Mickey
right?
Mouse one.
Yeah,
No,
I know the Mickey
I-
Mouse one.
I watched that too. It was the one young there's Logan Lerman, the Three Musketeers, human action, and then we make a musical out of there. So my friend was a scriptwriter, and I suggested some of the songs, like okay, we should put this in after this. So we actually used like
Great
pop songs,
Woo!
yeah, pop songs that are like existed already. So we just like put this in there, you know. There was like Never Say Never from Justin Bieber.
There was.
There was.
I didn't actually watch their performance because my performance was before theirs. So I had
And
to
you have
clean
to,
up
like, get
after.
ready.
So while they were
Mm.
performing, I was cleaning up behind the stage.
Alright. Yeah,
Yeah,
you know what?
but there was
sad?
never
Because
say
I-
never.
Yeah, but I didn't get to watch any of the other classes' performances because I thought we can't. So I just stayed in my
I
class.
see.
Meanwhile, the
Oh,
others watch me.
no.
All my classmates watch.
Wait,
That's why, like,
so
bro, why didn't you tell me?
wait, so Maureen, you did choreograph the whole musical for your class.
I don't know. I forgot. I think like a mix, like my friend and I. But like for some songs, yeah, it's only me.
Hmm.
Wait, seingat gua ya? What's seingat gua? As long as I can remember. Apa sih?
As I recall.
Yeah, as I recall that there. So I choreographed the Never Say Never, and then I choreographed Greedy. Yes, I put Greedy into the musical, and then
Okay.
I thought I taught
Mhm.
the dance moves of High School Musicals.
We're all
in here.
Oh. Oh,
Did you know what I
okay.
just said? I said we're all in here together.
Well, that's kind of fitting for our situation.
Aren't we all?
Yeah, I know. I'm so sorry.
Well,
So yeah.
that's Maureen's experience with
Mm-hmm.
choreography. What about Megan? Do you have sort of
Any
the similar
prior
experience or
experience?
informal?
No. I mean, I joined my school choir, and then, like, the teacher once asked me to do like to make hand motions, but it was just basically like step, and then like
yeah.
open, and you know
Uh-huh.
the usual. But in 5th grade, I joined a school's modern dance club, which there was the teacher making up the choreo, but I just followed. I just did the moves according to the choreo. But I don't think I've ever choreographed before Liberty.
And how is that? How is that Liberty experience for you?
The first couple of songs, it was slow. It was slow.
Elaborate.
Yeah, slow.
Ooh, in terms of slow, in terms of what?
Creating the movements.
You coming up with the choreography.
Yeah. But I think as like the more you make the moves and the more you get into the rhythm, it gets easier, definitely. And it's easier when you can see the actual ensembles, and so you can see the blocking, you can see whether it looks nice or not, because when you're visualizing it, you can't really see it. Like it's for me, it's like a blur vision. So it's definitely easier when you're teaching it, even though sometimes the moves that you create and the blockings that you create are not according to plan, but you just have to deal with it and go with the flow.
It changes when you can see it too.
Yeah.
And I have a question. So, well, I myself sometimes do choreograph some things, for fun, but also I did a production where I choreographed like just a number, a song number. But I want to know your experience or the process of behind the scenes of, coming up with movements and maybe like, all those things. And whether you always get it right in the first place, or is it like you already make, these 4 counts of 8, but then when you get closer to the deadline of, finalizing things, you suddenly don't like the moves, or you're like changing things around. Like, how does that, do these things happen to you?
No, definitely it does. I remember it happens so often that whenever I'm teaching the moves, I don't like it and I change it on the spot.
Which is very fun for our ensembles.
And it takes it wastes time. It wastes time, but
you just gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
But what's the reason behind it, though? Because I feel like different people have different.
Yeah.
I think it's more so that the moves I created were, I don't know if they're quite technical, but for those who just started, it's not so easy, like to do an attitude or to hold an arabesque or to do jumps. It's not that easy, especially if you don't have the muscles that you've never trained the muscles that you need to hold it. And so like when you actually see it in person, it's quite it makes you reconsider.
Yeah, and it's better to just change it rather than have people not being able to do it how you vision it to be.
And did you choreograph it together with Maureen as like co-choreographer, or did you have like separate numbers to choreograph, or how did it work?
There were numbers where we got together, but we couldn't get together so often because I live in North Jakarta and Maureen lives in West, so it was very far for us to meet.
Yeah.
But I think majority we did it separately because we were so far, so we couldn't do it together. So there are only a couple songs, but mostly we split tasks, and I got most of the slow songs, and Maureen did the hype fast songs. Yeah.
Yeah.
And how was that?
That was actually now that I think about it, it wasn't that bad. I don't know for Maureen, but
Yeah.
mine was I just had to do it all over again. And tip, if you're choreographing, make sure to always record yourself because if
Yes.
you do
Yes.
one
Oh.
one like
bit
4
that you
counts or
like.
8 counts, and then when you move on, and then when you want to go back and add and to combine it to see if it makes sense or not, and then you forget.
Yeah, you can't always rely on your memory.
Yeah.
No. That's true.
Yeah.
What about you, Maureen?
Any
With
tips?
faster songs, what was it? Yeah, like
How was it?
Well, wait. Can you repeat the question?
we were.
We were just talking about like how your experience choreographing
Oh.
a faster song, a more upbeat song.
Oh.
Mhm.
Okay.
How was the process? How did you come up with the moves?
Okay. First of all, it was fun because I don't know. I think it matches my energy. But I think like I'm afraid that the people who dance my choreo are, tired of me. And I also like I was inspired by the real choreo.
I think it's like the era of the song
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
So
Uh-huh.
like you copied from the era too.
Yeah, and then it's like very oldie, so like
Yeah, cause the song
Yeah.
from this musical is very, it's from an era that dance is such a huge part of that era too,
then
and I think you captured it very well for that particular song.
for
Well,
that
for all of it
particular
too.
song. No.
For all of it too.
Mhm.
I think from my experience of that's such a hard word to say. I hate that
I
word.
know,
It is.
I know.
Choreographing.
Choreographing.
From my experience of making up moves for a song, I had to do kind of a mixture of both of y'all's ways. Because for Megan, you kind of have to record it, and then for Maureen, you wrote it down.
Yeah.
For me, I kind of do both. Especially with blockings, you just have to write it down. Don't you
Or
think?
draw it.
Yeah, just to like visualize it. And yeah.
But I think the most frustrating part was on Tech Day. Because we didn't have Tech Week. Oh my goodness. That was when we were most picky, I think, about the choreography. And so I literally told them to go in one line and look at the people in front of you. If your hands are at the same angle or if you're walking at the same pace, and then to keep the motion. But yeah, I think that was like the most hectic part, and I think it's most annoying because like we've taught them this 1,000 times before, and just because we moved locations why is the blocking all different? Why is the choreo all different? And plus, we also had to try to recall our lines and the emotions. We also had to save our voice.
Voices.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like, yeah, it was just so frustrating. I remember that day so vividly.
It scarred you.
No, but 100% would do it again.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Thinking, being on, I think Darren, you can relate to this too. Being on Tech Week or Tech Day is such, it's so demanding and tiring.
Mm-hmm.
Also,
Yeah.
because we double as the cast and the crew at the same time, it's just a lot. I remember.
Yeah, I would imagine.
I remember that day. I had quite big songs to sing, right? And during the last, we literally we finished our rehearsal, our tech rehearsal, like half an hour before doors are open, and that was quite. The pressure is just a lot,
It's
and
crazy.
I remembered I was just kind of raising my voice a little bit. I was just being loud, trying to be like, you guys know the choreography. Why are you not doing it? And
She was like not in the mood at all.
yeah. And I remembered
Things went
at some point I had to like yell, and I'm just like, crap, I have to sing after this. Yeah, and by the second show my voice is just gone.
Oh no.
But not really, actually. Not really though.
Well, I faked
You
it.
still can belt. Ooh.
You mixed it though.
Yeah, I was supposed to belt something, and then I just went to mixed voice. For people who doesn't sing, this is just like alien words to them.
Mix what? Is mix.
No, but yeah, I think your character and my character was one of the two of the characters that had to belt quite high.
Yeah.
Like you had a high E, I also had high E.
Yeah.
And then we were screaming 30 minutes before.
Yeah.
I remember that.
But that was fun. Oh my gosh, Darren, I wish you were there.
I know. I was probably busy doing other productions.
Yeah, very true.
The cast members of Liberty are actually very fun and nice. Like,
And
I
talented.
wouldn't ask, yes, and I wouldn't ask for a better cast members, We were all like in sync. We all have the same minds and we're all clowns,
Yeah.
And it's like we actually like become very close to each other, Juga. I feel like the bond is like
Mm-hmm.
and every lunch we
And-
also like eat together, like literally eat together in a circle. No one's like left out. Yeah.
Yeah. And
Oh, cast bonding.
for the people listening or watching, if you watched our musical, if you watched Liberty, fun fact, we never rehearsed a whole run through of the show. Our first run through was
the first show.
Wow. Wait, you mean like run through with tech?
Yes.
Okay.
No, run
Makes
through
sense.
like act
Oh
1
yeah,
and act 2.
the actual run through too. We never did. We never had a run through.
We never did act 1 plus act 2.
Yeah.
Oh.
We did like act 1 only and then act 2 only, but in the
Act
rehearsal space, not on the actual stage, because there was some technical issues with the set and props and everything.
Oh yeah, and it was heavy raining season.
Yeah.
Do you remember?
It was
Yeah,
flooding.
it was flooding, bro.
Yeah.
Even
So-
some of the
yeah.
props got flooded, right? Like
Yeah,
that's why
our
they
set
had to like came late.
our set was rebuilt because the ones that we had was flooded and it was all ruined. So that's one of the factors. And our last week of rehearsal, we couldn't do last minute rehearsals basically because we scheduled in after New Year's. So Liberty was on January. So after New Year's, we scheduled a week full of rehearsals and no one could make it because of the flood.
Yeah.
Wow.
So rehearsals were actually canceled too, right?
Yeah. So that was fun.
That's tough. But you guys made it.
Yeah.
We did.
Yeah.
And
We
it was
did
not
it!
bad.
It's a year.
And-
It's almost the second year. Is it?
It's been 1.5
It's-
years.
Oh, 1.5
1.5
years. Yeah.
Oh, I am curious.
Mm-hmm.
Because I noticed that neither of you, of our guests here, are taking any performance major because Megan is taking business and Maureen is taking graphic design. Why so? I'm just curious because us, the host, we are actually the ones taking or like, you know, getting formal education on these. But
Yeah.
I'm curious as to why you guys are not or you choose another path.
Mal?
You can go first, Megan.
Okay, so I actually wanted to go into music theater. So basically, my high school, I did a fast track high school program. So I graduated. I didn't technically graduate it, but I finished my program for 1.5 years. So basically 3 years crammed into 1.5 years, and I did my IGCSEs then. So basically I wanted to go to music theater, but my parents didn't quite agree. So I had to find a middle ground. So right now I'm taking general business, but I think in the next term or two terms, I'll be moving to management. And so when I get my top up degree in the UK, I'll be majoring in business and event management, which is like close enough.
Close enough.
And also I still have hope because like some of the music theater actors and actresses, they don't have a degree in music theater.
Very true.
Right.
So
Yeah, you don't need a
Fingers
degree
crossed.
to be
yeah,
to be good in theater. You don't need a degree.
that's very true. What about you, Maureen? What's
Okay.
is it like similar?
So funny story. I actually wanted to take a veterinarian as my major, right? But there were some issues, so I didn't take it, and I almost took accounting, but then I didn't either. So I had a gap year. I was actually interested in taking performing arts, but in that time, like the situation was just not supporting me to go abroad, because I prefer if I am going to take performing arts or music related, it's better for me just to study abroad rather than here in Indonesia, right? Yeah, but that time like the situation was not it, so like okay, I'm just gonna take a gap year. And so during the gap year, I joined like musicals, and yeah, I grew into loving theater more and music more, because in my gap year I had like a plenty of time to actually have singing lessons again and piano lessons again. So yeah, because also I thought back then when I was still in high school, I didn't want to take music because I thought it wasn't my passion, you know. I mean, I like singing, but I don't want it to be as my first career, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But then, as you know, as the gap year came along, I was like, okay, I want to take this, but I can't, you know. So like, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
So I took graphic design instead, because you know it's still art related, but like it's still
Yeah.
art. It's still the same art, but like it's just different medium.
Yeah.
No.
But still, it's frustrating. But also like I wouldn't go back. I wouldn't go back to like theory stuff, because I'm not gonna take maths, or like I'm not gonna study like science stuff, because it's not it for me, you know. Like I don't want to do that again, because I also forgot most of what I studied, so I'm not taking that thing again. Yeah. And so when I realized that, like, I'm too late, you know, I should have taken that like when I had the chance. So yeah, I go with graphic design instead. And because of that, I'm actually pretty grateful. Wait, am I lagging?
A little bit, but it's okay. Yeah, I think that's like something I want to touch on too, is that here in Indonesia we don't have a lot of access to a good music education.
Nope.
There are some. I think there's only one or two in Jakarta,
Yeah.
in the Jakarta area, and then one in Jogja. Is it? I have no idea actually, but it's
yeah.
it's not.
I think the one in Jogja is only theater.
Oh, but it's
I
like
don't think it's
Indonesian
music theater.
Indonesian theater too, right?
Yeah.
I think we don't have a lot of access to that, so I hope that's like fixed in the future.
Too.
I don't know, cause for people who want to take theater, if they don't have the access to going abroad, you know, it's kind of difficult for them. But like, that education should be available to everyone, you know? It's frustrating.
And I think part of it is that we don't have a big enough industry to have the education for it.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, if we have more interest, if we have more appreciation from the people within the art field, we would have more, you know, universities offering these majors, that major. And as long as we don't have that, and we don't have that be in the mindset of Indonesians, I don't think we can get there, at least not in the near future.
Yes, I agree. And also, I think part of the reason is because we are not introduced to it at a young age too. Because I think for people who are abroad, they have theater programs in their school, in their high schools, or and their parents take them to theaters because there are actually like live theaters available in their hometown. Meanwhile, we don't have anything like that. I mean, we are starting to have those, which is great.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's part of the reasons why. Which please change. Let's change that.
Yeah.
And also build more rehearsal spaces
and theater
stages.
Yeah. You know, they just took down one of the bigger theaters here in Jakarta, which is Unfortunate.
Really?
Yeah. GBB. Graha Bakti
Oh.
Budaya.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Wait, no!
You didn't know
isn't
that?
in
It's in what's that
Taman
called?
Ismail, right?
Yes.
Is it the smaller one?
No, it's the bigger
No.
one. It holds like 800 seats, I think, or more.
Oh no,
That would-
not that one.
It's the one beside the cinema.
Oh no!
Exactly.
That
Oh
would
my
be a
God.
Broadway. That would be a Broadway show.
Yes.
That would.
The cinema,
Oh my
the
God,
cinema
that
is
sucks.
Why it's
also
so sad.
destroyed. already.
Closing down. Oh.
Yeah. Like there's
Oh
no
my God,
before GBB was like taken down.
Destroyed.
They took down the cinema,
The cinema.
first, then GBB.
Yeah, we're losing
So sad.
theaters, which is so sad.
Hmm.
I wanted to add
That's
something, but I
really
forgot.
sad.
It's okay. It happens.
Yeah. Okay.
I was just going to say, do you guys always get that giggly or tickly feeling before going to inside a theater?
Yes.
Because that always
Oh,
happens to me.
yes.
Oh my
And I
gosh.
can vividly re-feel
Relive
that
it.
feeling, like relive that feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Because you mentioned like that theater will be taken down, and like I have I've been there like some times, and then I always remember that feeling of like, oh my God, I'm going to see a show. It's like really fun.
Yeah. Oh my
So yeah, I
gosh.
kind of that's such a
Last time I watched a show was over a year ago, and that's so sad.
like in person shows.
Yeah, the last show I watched was 6, and that was in February 2020, I think.
Mm-hmm.
What was
The
yours?
last show that I saw was what's the cowboy one?
Oklahoma?
Not cowboy one. Yeah, Oklahoma. Yeah, that one.
Oh my gosh, you've watched.
What about you guys? Yeah, I said Oklahoma. But that was my last one.
Oh, what
What was my last one? I watched bootlegs.
We all watch slime tutorials.
We do.
It's our only access to like a show.
Honestly. Oh, well, what's your first then, Meg?
What first? The first musical
First.
I watched. The first
It's your
musical I
first time.
listened to.
No, that you watch in person, live.
And the first one was by a youth production. A youth
A community
organization. Yeah.
Mhm.
theater community. Maureen, what was your first?
But what's your
theater-
first?
Wait, I don't know. I forgot, but the one that I remembered, it was like grade 40, I think. I watched. Oh, you guys are lagging. Wait, I think I'm lagging. Oh, okay. Can you hear me now?
Wait,
You
what was
watched
it? Good
What?
for-
The good. Yes.
No. I just now
The
I
good
said,
what?
oh, you guys are freezing.
Yeah, we.
Oh, no, you said
we
good-
can hear you.
Oh.
Jamal, what was the first show you watched? I watched like I heard the good something,
Uh-huh.
the good
No.
Samaritan.
No.
Good.
No. It was grade 5. Not good. It was great.
Ah, grade 5.
Yeah. I
Grade
watched. I think Phantom of the Opera was touring. So I
Oh,
watched it.
Singapore?
Yeah. No, it's actually in Indo, but I forgot where it took place. Wait, let me see.
Indo had
Oh.
did
Yeah, cause the cast, the members are actually foreigners. I think it's something like Hairspray. Eh?
It's like a tour. Yeah,
Yeah.
cause there was like Beauty and the Beast and Shrek.
Yeah, I saw that one. I didn't see Shrek.
But it was actually, I did not buy the ticket. It's like we were watching together with like my choir and I were watching together because we
I
had an
see.
upcoming
Oh, so like it's a
event. Yeah, we have like an upcoming event about, I don't know, I think it was like a musical too, but I forgot. I don't really remember. So yeah, then okay, let's watch together like that.
Phantom is such a good show.
Yeah.
I've never seen it live too.
That's why.
I've never seen it live too.
But the movie,
That's like
I saw
one of the
I saw
songs
the
that I
anniversary.
I saw the anniversary.
Yeah, with
I saw
Sierra
the one,
Bogus.
the anniversary, and sama Emmy.
Emmy Raver.
Emmy Rosem. Rosam.
Emmy, yeah, Emmy Rosam. I love her.
Yeah. Darren, what was your
Yeah.
first? What was the first show you watched?
I want to say The Lion King.
I knew it.
But that was when I was so little, so I didn't even. Well, I did remember, but I slept through the whole second act, so that was like, because I was like 10, 9, and I
Yeah,
was
that's
like,
understandable.
what is this? And like second act was when like Simba meets his father and like blah blah blah. So I was like, I don't get it at first, but then I
Yeah.
was like, I just missed like I don't. Yeah, it's like.
I feel like Lion King
I would
is
do that,
most people's first show. Don't you think?
Yeah. Because it's such a good family show as well.
Yeah, but
You know, my mom
That's
cried watching that. Only the cartoon law.
I
of
mean,
course,
I
I
did.
feel like everyone
Yeah.
cries at that part where Mufasa died.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so sad.
Spoiler.
Everyone knows the Lion King.
Well, who hasn't watched The Lion King?
If they haven't watched it, they know the plot. But I watched The Lion King live, and I wasn't a
Oh, I
fan.
didn't see that.
Wow.
I'm so sorry.
You're not a fan?
I wasn't a fan of that. I don't know why, but
How about
because
Aladdin?
everyone. Oh yeah, I watched Aladdin, and the one who played Aladdin and Jasmine. It feels like I'm watching someone who just had a fight and is trying to hide it. It's like they don't have chemistry. I'm so sorry to the actors and actresses. I don't mean to offend, but it's true. It wasn't great. But the genie is my favorite character from Aladdin. Anyways.
How was the live concert of The Lion King? Why are you not a fan of it?
I don't know. I feel like I just don't get why Lion King is most people's favorite Disney movie in the first place, because it's not my favorite, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And watching it too is just, I don't know, it's just not my cup of tea. I feel like I enjoy other things more. I think I am more into like the classic musicals, you know?
Yeah, I can see that.
I feel like because of uni, I'm stuck in the early eras of music theater, so I'm so not caught up with the newer musicals, you know? Unlike Megan knows everything. It's insane.
No, I don't.
It's like the polar opposite.
Yeah. And like I think why we got along so well is because you're into like the oldies too, right?
Yeah. I prefer the golden era.
Yes. Oh my goodness.
Like, it's just so wholesome. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not bashing on, like, the modern musicals, but the content itself is just different, and how they deliver their messages are different. Though
And-
I can say that I relate with today's musicals, but the delivery is a bit not my type.
Yeah,
No,
there's
not my,
just
not my.
cup of
Yeah.
tea. Well, thank you guys
Well,
for
Yeah.
being our first guests.
Thank you for having us.
Yay.
Thanks for
It's
having us.
such an honor.
It's an honor to be here.
Yeah.
Hopefully, we can have you guys as guests on future episodes too.
Mm-hmm.
Tuh
We'll
kan,
have a.
we said at the same time. Like literally, sama.
We're basically
kayak-
the same person.
Scary.
like nada, the tone. Is the
Darren,
same.
I think maybe now is the time for you to cut your hair to match Maureen. Because now Maureen's hair is shorter.
That's what I was
than-
thinking. I was actually thinking of cutting my hair.
But like, the man bun though.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it froze!
Yeah, it's not good right now.
Okay.
Me? Okay.
We should
Well, thank
end
you,
this
Maureen
now.
and Megan,
Thank you.
for
Thank
coming
you
and
so
for
much,
sharing.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm sorry if there's like kesalahan kata. And I'm sorry if if I'm so loud that you guys like hurt your ears.
That can be fixed in the editing.
Oh, okay.
True.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
For the listeners, we hope we'll see you again next week on Friday, 9 p.m. for the audio on Spotify, and 9 p.m. Monday for the video on YouTube. Don't forget to follow us. And yeah, Darren, anything else to add?
That's it. Thank you,
Okay,
everyone.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.